Hey guys, how you going? So we're getting stuck into our Moffat Beach project for 2022. The guys have been back on site for not quite a week now, so and it's been a really good start to the year. So I'm very passionate about construction and building, and I love it. I really want to educate everyone about some of the things that are involved on projects, just so you can have a better building experience, whether it's with us or another builder, but also understand some of the challenges that have to be faced on some job sites. So you'll see here, I'm standing beside, the boys got these columns poured yesterday. So I mentioned a few times, this particular project, we're on sort of the lowest block in the street, and it gets all the overland flow. So all the water from all the neighbouring properties up on the higher land all flows through to this point and runs out to the huge stormwater drains in the front of the property. So because of that, over the years there's been a little bit of flooding on this site, and so we had to go through hydraulic engineer and do flood modelling on this site to be able to build this house, and that's what's given us all the finished heights. And that's why you'll see at the front here, the front of the house is up quite high, and then this area here, which is going to be the garage, actually has a little bit of an area on ground, but then it has this area here which is a suspended slab. And the reason behind that is because when they do the flood modelling, they figured out how much water is going to come down this hill, and it has to be able to flow underneath this slab around the side of the building and out to the street when there's too much water to go down the stormwater drain. So because of that, it's obviously meant that this house is constructed obviously a lot differently to a conventional home. So we had screw piers all over this site. We've then had to block up the front. We've then done this off-form wall, and then we've had to build these pile caps on top of our screw piers and then form up these columns out of the ground, which our suspended concrete slab will then sit on. So over the coming week, we're going to form these up. We're going to pour our columns. We're then going to tidy all this area up under here. We're going to put some geofabric down. We're going to put a 50mm layer of gravel. We're going to tidy it up because no one will ever get under here again, and we want to make sure it's nice and tidy. There's no weeds, there's no vermin. Once we put gravel down, it tends to keep the vermin away, especially things like snakes and rats and those types of things, because they don't like the gravel. And then we'll do our suspended slab and move on to our build. So just a little bit of an insight into what goes on projects, because once this house is built, everyone's going to forget about this area under here. They're not going to know what's going on. No one's even going to look at it. So by explaining to you guys some of the things we have to deal with on our sites, it can give you some inside information for when you're looking for a block of land, you're purchasing a new property, and some of the things you need to look out for, because all of this type of stuff really affects the build cost. Because of this situation, this house has got substantial investment in the groundworks and in this type of construction before we even get to a slab and we can start building the project.